RRQ. Already a lot more aggressive, but also very vulnerable to all these burst damage and crowd control tools that ONIC has had. So RRQ not backing down, going the risky route.
Okay, coming to the second phase now, we do see that the Badang gets banned. They want to make sure that the Fanny can weave in and weave out of these team fights without any obstacle, so that does make sense with the Badang. But technically, Fanny into Arlet isn't as easy as well, and technically ONIC do still have other options on the board, right? The Arlet can still be flexed, they can go for something a little bit more precise when it comes down to lockdown, right? They have the Arlet, they have the Cho is also an option. What else do you think we should be looking at?
At this point, I need the gold lane as well. With all these aggressive picks already showing, it's going to be an assassin duel, and one of the main targets for those assassins is going to be those gold laners. So getting a solid, safe gold lane is very important. And the fact that ONIC already has one means they're going to crack down on the rest of the options. That's the Granger denied from Toy.
Yeah, surprising that the Juice Sin isn't banned out yet, by the way. RRQ decided to go for the Valentina instead, trying to take away these big ultimates, knowing that Sans is, if you haven't noticed, pretty darn good on the Farsa's ult too, right? 100% win rate on the Farsa. That Feather Airstrike certainly could be a tool for ONIC to stop them. But right now, I think for ONIC, main concern is what's there to lock the Fanny? Because yeah, they have a lot of aggression, and maybe they might just be looking for a full dive comp, but you still need to respect the Fanny. Will it be a Cho for Keyboy? That I think makes a lot of sense. But for now, it'll just be the bans. I think the Moskov should follow next, right? They've already picked up the Harith, already banned out the Granger. The Moskov makes the most sense, but the Claude can come through here for RRQ now that the Moskov has been banned out.
Ooh, dude. They're gonna pick up a Claude against Skylar. That's gonna be a terrifying prospect for Toy, but RRQ, they don't back down in these situations. Go for the Grok first. Big AoE crowd control tool. I don't know if the barricade right now is a good enough tool with all these mobility tools available to ONIC, but that's a big ultimate to stop the charge. ONIC don't back down though and go for that Hylos.
So the hero that we were looking at to kind of lock down the Fanny, their choice was the Hylos. Technically, there is a single click point and stun with the Hylos. And there's also a Jushin, if you can like time that properly, but it isn't as secure as something like the Cho, but they needed someone to kind of frontline for them because they went in for the Arlet first. RRQ, last pick is the Natan. Wow. All right.
Yeah, we were talking about the Claude, and Natan is also used to be a signature Skylar pick, and it's pretty darn good against the Harith when it was meta in Season 14, if you guys remember. Every time we would see a Harith, we would see the Natan to match up against it, just because skill 2's displacement actually can stop the Harith from getting the reset.
Man, the displacements, the trade in the lane as well, and of course that crazy late game. This is a bit of a toss-up, man. I feel like both rosters have a good chance.
We'll see, because the lineup rating favors ONIC by just a bit, 5.7 there. But at the end of the day, it's not about numbers, it's about execution. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most anticipated matches of the season. We're gonna take a look at the Royal Derby, RRQ versus ONIC. Which king will reign up top? Which king will reign supreme?
Looking the matchup, the strats.
It's been close. Arashi, 18-18 currently. Let's take a look at the stats.
Yeah, the veteran against the young blood. When it comes to the engages, I think we're gonna see plenty. But the fact that Edok is on a Grok, you're not as one-dimensional as the old Grok, but it really isn't a hero you would expect in the hands of Edok. And usually when he's on a hero that doesn't have spammable engage tools, Dyron will kind of supplement the difference. Now it's a bit different.
Uh-oh, Zunesh, we're gonna go for cables already! First blood to Zunesh! Gets knocked up, but it's all good. An early start for RRQ.
Tempo being set here for RRQ. And just face value before we get to see how things unravel between both of these teams. Do you think Dyron on the Uranus is a problem?
I think it's definitely going to be a problem, considering that Dyron even before, right, there was a whole period in time where he was playing these sustained but aggressive heroes like the Hildas, to a degree the Gatot as well. He's really good at these heroes where you want to get in, get attention, and then get out again. So it's not a playstyle that he's unfamiliar with, but he needs to be careful.
Rotations happening here from the side of ONIC. Uh-oh.
Siren caught in the bad spot, forced to flicker already. ONIC in the prio in the bottom lane is now. Zunesh tries to go up top. Skyline to be ganked here. Olby, getting the flicker out in time to stop a kill from happening.
That was close. That was close. Both of them actually going to force in a recall, but it is going to favor RRQ just a bit. The buying of time. That's a forced flicker in for Edok. Going to recall. Perfectly set up if ONIC want to go ahead and start the turtle.
Does look like it's going to be free here. Zunesh still doesn't have the purple buff. And RRQ have to just play for the purple buff. Because ONIC still hasn't used the retry. Kai gonna jump in together with Sans, popping a Crimson Beacon. Dyron pops into Consecration and tries to run away. Over to the bottom lane he goes, but gets knocked up. And this should be a kill. Dyron clears the way before he gets taken out at least. But it's still a free kill and a turtle to ONIC.
Response from RRQ immediately.
Whoa, with the burst instantly now, looking for another one. Over to Kai! Could be a solo, but couldn't get the last cable in. Lippy looking for the stun, will be able to find it, and he gets it in time with the Vengeance proc. Sans looking for the Vengeance again. Rins with the flicker, but he's gonna be brought back. Lippy with the flicker as well. Vengeance not there. It was onto Edok, so Lippy couldn't get in range in time.
Right, the exciting trades, they're going back and forth. Zunesh, quite impressive on this Fanny. But again, the punishes have been going through, and even in the laning phase here, Toy is really winning overwhelmingly XP-wise. But again, it's still a very even early game.
But the bite back is definitely there. Wait a second, are they going to go into Edok here?
Lift it up. Oh, Sans, no mana. Couldn't go for the follow. It'll just be the green camp here, threatened. Good knock up. A retry, and it's Zunesh who actually picks it up. Kai forced to go back into mid lane as Zunesh tries his best to keep up with the farm and is right now actually ahead, but I don't know how far ahead he will be after Kai clears his own bottom side jungle.
Looking at the emblems here by GamesMax, bargain hunter for both gold leaners, right? With the Inspire for Skylar is going to be able to spam out more. Tsushin with Tenacity, so Sans is fully respecting the damage potential, but again, for Rins, who's going to be playing aggressively, Wilderness Blessing with the Rupture. So he's trying to roam as much as possible and influence lanes, but he really hasn't been allowed to do so due to the danger that ONIC is posing through that trio mid.
Yeah, not just yet.
Dyron.
You can see, Dyron?
Oh!
But the airstrike coming down, Lippy still able to survive. Final slash! Oh, Lippy with the outplay! Now Zunesh knocked up, so has the cables to get out as Dyron walks away too. Edok doing the same thing in the mid lane with Rins down. It looks to be a free neutral objective again to ONIC.
Again, these timings have been perfect. Turtle 1, it was Edok. Speaking of Edok.
Hold up, Zunesh gonna push the play here. Lippy's still in there, getting the shutdown there, but Kyrie's gonna win out the retry battles. Edok walks up all the way, gets taken down by the man who was once his teammate, Skylar.
Good shot down there from Zunesh, but again, ONIC are getting the better of RRQ when it comes down to the setups. It's Zunesh on the cables though, whoa!
Sans is so tanky. Hold up, flicker out from Skylar. Rin's already using the feathered airstrike. The entropy comes out too, and they don't get a turret with it.
So much action here for the first 5 minutes of this Royal Derby. A lot of bite back from both of the teams. Sans, I think we looked at the emblems earlier on, right? And wait a second, Dyron? Kyrie and Lutfi, do they really want to go for this? Turns out they just want to go for the control over the lanes, which will be taken out, no problem. They're actually going to feed that lane to Zunesh. We're looking at the talents prediction as well in by GoPay. And it looks like, okay, only
Ranger
Lim
Mas,
Kocho and Arashi for ONIC.
Doesn't Ranger Mas always go RRQ?
He's a kingdom.
Oh, Dyron. Ooh, hold up, that's a knock-up. Free Vengeance reset, final slash coming down, and will be Zunesh going in all the way, but Kai is still there. Zunesh taken down by the bird, and Kai gets it with the retry. Now jumps on Ida with a puncture. Will get the Thorn Rose on Rins, while Skylar deals with Edok. Rins, there's no way he can walk back up, and Atan will be able to get a trade on these. Kai, you can already see that aggression. Rins had to respect it. Tier 1 mid for Tier 1 top.
That was a 2-for-3 trade in favor of ONIC, right? Which essentially should be good for the Yellow Porcupines or the Sky Kings here, but the problem is, if they leave Toy untouched for too long, I think that could be a problem for ONIC if they can't close this out early.
Well, they do have the Lancelot and the Harriet. Both can dive in and kind of zone Toy out. So it's dangerous against ONIC in particular because they do have Keyboy to try and make the plays happen. But now again, ONIC are very comfortable here, just contesting the areas around the mutual objective and forcing RRQ away.
Turtle, free and for ONIC. A perfect turtle in this first game here in the Royal Derby. Zunesh going to be able to pick up that tower in the bottom side. So a little bit of a trade back for RRQ. Even with the perfect turtle, you can see that the gold lead is only at 1.8k for ONIC. So there is still a moment in time that, let's say, Edok creates a perfect moment, which we have seen before create things like that.
Two members locked in. Zunesh able to go for it. He'll be able to get Keyboy with Litpi jumping with a final slash. Now Sans goes in, but it's going to be Litpi with a vengeance again in the back line. It's Skylar and Kai as again Litpi gets the constant resets from Sans to get the kill. It's 1-for-1. Keyboy for Dyron. Wall down. Sans going to be able to dash or flicker away rather. And it ends up being 1-for-1.
It is going to be a roll for EXP though. RRQ, they're sacrificing Dyron a lot in these engagements. And to their credit, Toy and Zunesh are doing fine. Oh!
What a read from Litpi! And a bait from Skylar, holding in that position, getting the final slash, and the burst came through.
Wow. That's the second time ONIC made a perfect read on RRQ, because earlier, that's exactly what happened to Rins as well. By the time Rins opened up the Feather Airstrike, he got caught immediately, and now look at the chase.
There's another wave. Toy getting a whole lot of damage placed on him. Already using entropy. And look at the cut. Lutia's Flicker might be going for it. Final slash the Flicker combo into the back line. Rins gonna be caught as well as Kai gets the Thorn Road. For the airstrike used. Litpi jumping back and forth. Gets the resets again. And he gets the kill on Rins before he dies. Now it's Dyron thrown back to the fray. Zunesh can only invade in the bottom side jungle as he cuts the wave in the mid lane. And now ONIC will definitely be looking to take the purple away from the Fanny.
Lutfi goes down, but at what price for RRQ? 3 members off the board, 2 of which are the important cores to the Kings of Kings. Lutfi on Arlet has just been incredible. 636. There was a shutdown that happened earlier on, but it did not phase him. The fact that he's been able to open up these opportunities, create moments for his team has been intense, and it really goes to show the level that ONIC has and the way that things have progressed. But look at this.
See if they can actually CC and Zunesh coming in, but Kai too clean on the retribution. Still, it's gonna be Keyboy zoning the back line right now, taking a whole lot of damage with Revitalize, and even the cutthroat! He's baited everything away from RRQ as Kai deals with Edok. Good flicker out by Rins, but both the frontliners were left to die.
Not enough damage available for RRQ. Fortunately for them, they forced the fight in there, and if the earlier sequence of events wasn't enough, you're seeing how Toy has to play this. There's so many ways for ONIC to zone him out. Whether it's the Tsushin, whether it's the Zaman Force, or Final Slash, Toy is very vulnerable to literally almost anything. So they went in there, but they just don't have the damage, because Toy, I believe, went for the concentrated energy. He sacrificed a bit of that burst damage for sustain, and ONIC are absolutely abusing it.
And the problem is he kind of needs to, right? Like you mentioned, there's so much dive happening in play. Oh, 1v1 in the jungle. Kyrie versus Zunesh. Zunesh able to get out with just a little bit of health that he really does need to regenerate, because looks like it. Knock, knock, knock. The Lord is marching into the base of RRQ.
Right. With this Natan in the picture, it's always the late game for RRQ, but again, Toy can only deal with so much. And we talked about the lack of crowd control on a team that has been so crowd control reliant like RRQ, and even Zunesh, who RRQ have kind of prioritized to try and get some more farm. Now he can't even split push safely. He's forced to go back again and again by Kyrie.
It's scary, right? Because you think like with heroes like the Ling, like the Fanny, that you'd utilize it as plan Z to go and look for the splits and the side lanes. But oh, look at this MPL ID X streamer by Good Day. It looks like it's Bekent. What's his name? General? Is it General Bekent? What's?
Yeah, the general.
Ah, yes. So if you guys want to watch MPL ID from a different perspective, aka some screams, you guys can take a look at his live restreaming right now.
He also has a distinct voice whenever he does his restream, man. I don't know what it is. You know, he does a weird voice, but hey, the Kingdom love it.
Rashi loves it.
Yeah.
Rashi is
It's
the Kingdom.
iconic. Part of it. It is a very iconic type of voice, but ooh, Zunesh, I want to be careful. Zooms out of there.
Look at the rotation instantly after seeing Zunesh down there. They go for the cut. They were ready in case Zunesh really takes the bait. Oh, the burst from Skylar. That was one chrono and synchro vision on Dyron. No purple buff as expected for Zunesh. And now it's Edok on a tough spot. Has to use the ultimate defensively. Even Rins. That was one Thorn Rose on him. And it almost just took him out.
Way too much damage available to ONIC right now. And again, it's all burst damage, so they have ways to delete Zunesh, Rins, and Toy. RRQ, they went for this composition, but ONIC is one of the teams that are really good at abusing it, right? Waiting for that one moment. Dyra now forced back again. ONIC with a perfect turtle control, now going for the Lord control as well.
Kyrie level 15, so is Zunesh. There is a world where RRQ try to look for the steal, but they have to be careful with Lutfi.
Oh man, Rins again already using the Feather Airstrike. Now Dying to be caught in the glorious pathway, forced to back away again as Sky continues to hold on this. Zunesh looking for an angle already. Thorn Rose coming down. Kai gets knocked out, but he wins the red tree. Zunesh a bit late, gets the cut thrown and the kill on Keyboy as Dyron gets brought back by the final slash, but still has the flicker. Keyboy for Lord.
Seeing a bit of the nerves there for Zunesh. I think he went for a cable right there, right before the steal, and he missed one. One cable went back to him, and that might have costed them, you know, the 50-50 that Eternal was talking about. One kill onto Keyboy for the Lord. I think ONIC are very happy with that trade. They have to crack open the base now against a Farsa Natando.
Uh-oh, that's a burst on Edok. Sounds picked up a Sky Piercer stack and Skylar survives. Zunesh unable to dish out enough burst to take him down. Kai with a dash forward over to Rins, forcing the flicker out as that's Dyron lifted up. Still has flicker. Toy with the entropy now coming down again. Final stack from Lutfi! Gets two while Zunesh was flying. Toy and Zunesh, the two members who could have maybe prolonged the game, were taken out. Dyron should be lifted up now as Kai walks in with Phantom Execution and Sky Piercer stack over the Sans. Rins in the base, forced to watch, now even taken down in the base. 5-man knockup for Mr. Edok, but it